the artist struggle for his integrity is a kind of metaphor, must be considered as a metaphor for the struggle which is universal and daily of all human beings on the face of this terrifying globe to get to become human beings. It is not your fault, it is not my fault that I write. I will never become before you in the position of a...
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Poetry Corner. We're here another Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Click like and share, subscribe to the channel, receive those notifications. Tonight we will be discussing hands of time. What you know about the hands of time? How does that correlate with your life? You know what I'm saying? What you doing out there? You clocking those seconds and minutes? Or you just pushing yourself on the hour? Let's talk about it. You know what I mean? That's the network. Let's talk. How you doing, Joy?
I'm doing awesome tonight. Phenomenal.
Okay. Why don't you introduce yourself to the world? Let them know who is Joy.
Wow, who is Joy? Oh boy. So I just published my first book. Well, it's published. And I am a poet. I am a writer. I'm a professor. I'm a Black mother. I'm a Black business owner. And I am healing every day, every time, I'm in a process of healing and transition. And so that's who Joy is. That's who I am.
All right. That's what's up. Yeah. In this world today, we all out here trying to heal, trying to find that that certain place between time and space. So we can have the inability to heal from whatever was from the past or something going on in the present time. But it's all about uplifting our spirit. You know what I mean? Keeping God first. You know what I mean? But the time, the time that it takes to do that, what do you think about? I would like to hear your opinion on time, the hands of time.
Whew. My opinion on time. I feel like it's something that we stress over daily, whether we're chasing towards it or we're running from it. I think that, like I was saying to you when we were talking, if we could just live in the present, which is difficult because we're either anticipating something in the future, we're stressing over something from the past that we can't change. We can prepare for the future, but we can't really live in the future. So we have to live in the present. So when I think of the hands of time, I think of, actually it's crazy because I had this, I was going to use this. I don't know if you can see it, but it says now, and let me see if I pull it back in front of me.
More to the, yeah. Let's see. I like that.
Yeah, an artist, she freelanced it at one of the poetry events I did, and she was just freelancing stuff. And one of the things she did was that. And it's ironic, it was just sitting here. And it's just the be in the now because we spend so much time chasing. So that's the hands. When I think of the hands of time, and because you meditate a lot, you understand you got to stay in that present. So what did you say? Prepare for tomorrow?
Yeah, I say, excuse me. Today is my tomorrow. So when I wake up in the morning, I'm already set in the future. It's already written. It's already being brought into fruition. You make any day what you want it to be. You know? So how I see the hands of time, I'm not trying to remember the time. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to throw it back for whatever reason. But sometimes we can go into the past to relearn lessons. You know what I'm saying? Tap into something that we forgot about. But as long as you don't stay there, you know, in the minutes and seconds, every day the world is changing. Minutes, seconds, hours. It's changing. It's nothing you can do about it. But you do have control over your own destiny, your own fate. So, me myself, I like to walk into the unknown. You know what I mean? You don't know exactly what's going on when you leave out your front door. So that's something you're between time and space. You know, so you just really have to be a navigator in the world. You know.
Yeah.
You know, have that godly compass with you. You know what I mean? Once you have that and you're in tune with the higher ups, ain't nothing you can do. You know what I mean? So you just a minute away from greatness.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I looked up a survey, right? And it was like challenges of the heart, right? And it says challenges of the heart. It might involve experiencing heartbreak, loss, or disappointment, which can lead to emotional pain and make it harder to trust or open up to others. Nurturing the heart involves healing, practicing self-compassion, fostering healthy connections with loved ones. How do you feel about that?
I was listening. That's the first thing. I was listening. But when you said fostering
healthy connections with loved ones.
In reference to
challenges of the heart, which involves the hands of time.
That's a tough one.
It can be.
So elaborate.
You know, there's really no direct perfect answer because even though you might have connections with loved ones, but still be selective of which ones, the ones that are in regards to yourself, that show the love, that gives the care, the ones that are compassionate. You know, you don't want to be dealing with bad energy and nothing like that, bad vibes. Right. But you have to walk in your own truth. You know what I mean? So, you know, when you're healing, the last thing you want to do is be around either a Debbie Downer or someone who's already going through it heavy. Like, you're trying to build yourself up. You know what I mean? And catapult in this world. Like, I got to move past this because this is not healthy for me.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's a discovery.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you can conclude your walk, you know what I'm saying, on your journey. You know what I mean? So
I feel like I have this saying, I love people from a distance. And I feel like sometimes when it comes to relatives, friends, we get stuck in thinking that we can't move into the next stage of our life without them. And so we hold on to these relationships that are no longer serving us.
Right.
You know, and I'm the person where I'm just like, even if you're my relative, if you're blood and you are bringing some type of energy, or maybe our relationship is just at a point where it's just, this is it. I love you from a distance, but I have to move on in this journey without a close connection to you, and be okay with that.
Right. I totally agree. You know, so I mean, there's nothing else you can do. You know what I mean? Right. You can always show love from a distance. That's okay. You know what I mean? Right. It's like that song. It's gonna be all right. And you know, within that study, they had the challenges of the mind. The mind can be plagued by negative thoughts, anxiety, or uncertainty about the future. Overcoming these challenges requires developing resilience, self-awareness, and adopting positive thinking patterns. Cultivating a growth mindset and seeking knowledge can help expand the mind's potential.
I was about to take notes.
I was going to say, what's your take on that, though? I mean, challenges of the mind within the hands of time.
Then when you add in the hands of time, the challenges of the mind, I can be like, yeah, because anxiety is really big for me. And so the challenges of the mind, it's like we're racing. It's a race. Right. It's a constant race. And in today's, when I think about the hands of time, I was thinking about technology, and how technology makes us want everything quick. We have access to everything. Right. And so we don't know how to slow down. We're not machines. We're not, but we think we're machines, And so when I think of all the things that challenge our mind, we actually, I think I saw a meme one time that had like 20 tabs open, and it was like, this is my brain. And it was like 20 tabs open, but we can't look at all 20 tabs at the same time.
Right.
So I do feel like we have these challenges because we're trying to keep up in the digital age, in this society where we get everything quick. I don't know how old you are, but my joke is always, when I was in high school or college, we didn't have Google. We couldn't just be like, let me look up this word. We literally had to go and get a book. First, find a book in the library, alphabetized.
Facts.
Alphabetized, and then look it up and actually read it. We couldn't ask Siri, or we couldn't ask it, hey Siri, could you da-da-da-da? We couldn't do that.
Right.
And so now, with our human brains, we are trying to act like we're machines. And so we're just trying to keep up in something that's not necessarily natural for us, which causes us anxiety, which causes internal inflictions, which might even cause somebody to feel like it's a word. It's that when you think you're not, I think about this sometimes when I'm at work. I'm like, I don't get it. I'm like, I'm the imposter in the room, and I'm like, am I the only one? I'm like, I don't get it. So it makes you feel incompetent. That's what it makes you feel like you're behind, you're slow. So the challenges of the mind, I can go on forever. So I'm gonna get off my soapbox.
Nah, that's what's up. You gave a great identification with that. A lot of times I have to slow myself down. A lot of people, family wise, they be like, yo, your brain is like a PC. You just keep running and running the way it does. Mm-hmm. It only shuts down by midnight, and then I'm out, and then I wake up early and start my day. Mm-hmm. But I had to learn to start, setting the alarm off or whatever, taking a nap. You start thinking about a lot of things. You're doing this, you're doing that. And like you said, we're in a technology era where we want things, boom. We have easy access. You know what I mean? And by the way, I'm 51. You know what I mean? So
you look good. You don't even look like you look good.
Birthday coming up soon, but thank you. I appreciate that. But so I remember the fact of you saying about the library. You had to go looking and searching the encyclopedias for information, to look up the meaning of stuff, or like you said, wasn't no Google or Siri or any of that. You had to do your research, or people. You know what I mean? Your engagement and interaction with people, asking people. Some people might be as we call it, the nerd or the brain. You know what I mean? And you asking questions, getting a tutor. You know what I mean? So, in this world right now, challenges of the mind is like sometimes the mind can drive you kind of woo woo woo. You know what I mean? And but I learned to slow down, but at the same time, still highly active. You know what I mean?
Right.
Can't help it, but that's when the balance comes into play. You just got to know when to chill, if you don't know how to, and also about the negative thoughts. The negative thoughts can really kill your thinking process, especially when that darkness engulfs you. The world is so dark right now. Like, what do you do about that? But just keep spreading light. Just, brighten your life force. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's what it's at. But we're gonna go into this next one.
Wait, because I wanted to just piggyback.
Okay.
On a practice.
Let's bring it back.
Because I thought about the idea and slowing down is what we do to slow it down. So those practices that we put in place so that we can slow down. But okay, move on. We'll go back.
No, we can touch it right here.
Okay.
The floor is yours.
I lost my train of thought that quick because I was like, I had it, and then
You're saying about slowing down. Just taking it. I guess you're saying like take your time with everything. Just step into your movements instead of being like you on the track and field.
Like we're on autopilot.
Yeah.
Just again, when we have so much on our plate and we're trying to do everything, especially as a woman. I ain't saying men ain't doing it, but as women, we put the cape on and we try to just put it on, and we're burning out. And so it's important to recharge and refuel. And so that's what I mean. Like, what does that practice look like for you? For someone who doesn't know how to slow down, for someone who feels like they can't slow down, because if they slow down, they feel like if they are the engine of the car and the engine breaks down, everything stops running. So if you're the engine, you can't be like, you know what, I'm not gonna work today, because then the car is not gonna run. So the question is then, what do you do to slow down? I know you said you journal, you write.
All right. I watch certain TV shows, but just to say, I do be on autopilot. You know what I mean? It's like, boom, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, a thought comes to my head, and I'm just like, ooh, ooh, you know what I'm saying? Either writing or jotting down notes, working on computers.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just right there. But then I'll shut down and chill. You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
So I do know how to shut it down, thanks to the meditations, though. I mean, so you get good practice with all of that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, but I think too that involves challenges of the soul, which is the next level.
Oh boy!
Where it says they involve seeking one's true self, understanding values, and aligning actions with deeper aspirations. Challenges of the soul can arise when individuals feel disconnected or lost, leading to a lack of fulfillment. Exploring personal passions, engaging in self reflection, and embracing spiritual or philosophical practices can aid in overcoming these challenges.
Read the headline again.
They involve seeking one's true self, understanding values, and aligning actions with deeper aspirations. Challenges of the soul can arise when individuals feel disconnected or lost, leading to a lack of fulfillment. Exploring personal passions, engaging in self reflection, and embracing spiritual or philosophical practices can aid in overcoming these challenges.
Okay.
I believe that to be true.
I do.
I believe that spirituality becomes very necessary for healing purposes. And, a lot of times people can make you feel away just by a comment or just the words spoken to you. It could be body language, facial expression, or someone walk past you and bump you and be like, oh, excuse me. It could be the way they said it, the expression part.
Right.
Like, then you're like, was that done on purpose? Or, your whole demeanor or mood change, you know what I mean? Like, you like, what? But I feel like the importance of the personal passions outlet. I feel like our soul, we must have an outlet to do things. Find something that you love, find something that you feel joyful about, and just flush it into the world. You know what I mean? Because it's you. It's a part of yourself. You know what I mean? Self-love, self-preservation. You know what I'm saying? You become a great navigator. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You find out what your go-to is. To, you know what I'm saying, to have joy inside of feeding your spirit. You know what I mean? Feed your spirit, you know what I'm saying, your vessel move properly.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's the spirit take. In my belief, the spirit guards the soul. The vessel guards the spirit. I mean, so when everything is well connected, the head is on point. You know what I mean? Handle your handle. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
Like that.
yeah, you know what I mean. So that's just one of my many beliefs. You know, it's just really the challenges of life. You know what I mean? So
I think a lot of stuff when we think of the challenges of the soul, I think that it's a lot of internal work that we are not brought up to do. You know what I mean? Especially when we were younger, we weren't brought up to think from the inside out. We were taught to think from the outside in. And what does the world think of me? How does the world think about how I feel? So this outer shell of who we are, the inner shell or whatever, goes inside and we become these societal expectations. And that's where I feel like that's why now as adults, we have to do a lot of internal work because the external has become something more like a pleasure-pleasing thing for people, you know. And so that's where we have to start to align our insides with what our heart feels, you know. And when I say what our heart feels, so I'm trying to think like internally. It's a where I go.
No, I hear you.
You know, so it's just a lot of internal work. That's what I feel. It's a lot of internal work, and then how people see us, how we perceive ourselves.
Right.
I thought about when you said somebody hitting your foot. You like, wait, you do that on purpose? But then it's a person who's not thinking that because their inside is somewhere else. Their peace is somewhere else.
It's like the bump.
Yeah, it's. They'll be like, oh my God, you didn't mean to do that. When another person be like, oh, she meant it. She meant it. You know? And
most time I say, excuse me. You know what I mean? Oh, excuse me. You know what I mean? I don't know if I bumped it to you, you bumped it to me. Oh, excuse me. You know what I mean? Pardon me. You know what I mean?
But you can see where a person is based on the peace that they had from within.
Right.
You know, but when somebody's challenged, you know, and I know we've read, it's like a cliche quote where it's like, you never know what anybody's going through. You don't.
Right. That is true.
You just never know.
Some people put it out there on Front Street and some people don't. You know what I mean? So you really don't know or not. But normally a lot of times myself, I like to stay in my own lane, you know. I ain't saying you can't be compassionate for what someone's going through, but you got to watch the energy that you're taking in so you don't find yourself lost in the source, you know? Yeah. But you know, today, did you bring a piece of poetry with you?
I was told I wasn't going to be doing no poetry. Yeah, but I can, how does that? But I can always, I got paper and, you know, I got stuff memorized. It depends on the topic.
You can just go for what you know.
Did I poetry?
Beautiful Joy.
What did I?
You're a poet. You threw that. You snuck that one on me.
What?
The poetry part.
Oh, you knew I was a poet. How did you not know I was a poet?
I'm just kidding.
But I'm listening. I'll look. Let me see. I want to be on topic. I want to stay on topic.
All right. I can recite one first while you get your juices going.
Thank you.
All right. This piece is titled Trajectory Poetry. I keep thinking while receiving the call for justice quietly. It's the evil, wicked society that plot and scheme violently. Mentally, some sugarcoat emotions that be spilling. Out of the physical, trying to ridicule us with killing. Explain the people's people. Are we equal among standards? Or am I speaking a different language, giving hurt ones advantage? Giving a helping hand to those who chose a friendship. This is all from the heart, mind, and soul, lined in a sentence. Though verbally, ordinarily, pick up the vibes quick. Let's join together, formulate a plan, and cure the sick. Feed them love and care, cover their air with protection. Spread affection, not infection, will lessen ciphered obsessions. Addressing all issues, points of discussion wasn't exactly what we're used to, the devil always blushing. So here's a modest theory, without showing a series. All black fists of fury, raised, I know y'all hear me. Lil Joe's son, JW, grandson, I better my outcome, getting all material done. How many times I spun around blocks, streets, and abs? Some don't even know the half, this is another avalanche. Coming faster than Flash or Mercury on a dash. Why ask, you already know about my present and my past. So if today is my tomorrow, call this a 12 gauge blast. It will only take two to put haters right on their ass. King. Oh, you're muted.
You can tell I'm in a lot of virtual meetings because I mute myself when people talk.
That's cool.
Oh, so, okay. So I snapped. So now we can get that sound effect.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
All right. So you use a reference to JW.
Yeah.
I think that's what that means. What does that mean to you?
JW, that's actually my grandfather's name.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
So it wasn't a reference to what I thought it was, but okay.
No, it's my father's name and my name and my grandfather's name, J.W. Atterbury.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say. I'm trying to think.
Yeah, just take it there.
Just take it there?
Yeah, just take it there.
Wow. I want to keep it a little upbeat.
Okay.
I'm thinking it's Mental Health Awareness Month, which means it means a lot, but let's see. I don't want to do nothing too long. No. I'm trying. This is off the cuff. Okay, so I'm actually looking through my book. So I think I found one. I have never read this one out loud, actually. It is called, Who Are You? All right. When you close your eyes at night, who lies beneath your skin? Who swims into the depths of your soul? Are you an adulterer, a liar, or a cheat, or a racist, a good husband, baby daddy, mommy? Are you a lazy overachiever? Do you sit in the front of the pulpit at church, yet remain a non-believer? Who are you? When you open your eyes and rise, do you wish to lie back down and press the reset button, only to do it all again in the morning? When does living begin? When will life welcome the sunset? Or are you working too hard and did you forget that there are more than flowers to smell? How about the smell of Granny's peach cobbler, bacon on a Sunday afternoon with the cinnamon and spices? Or the smell of a crisp winter air when you first step outside? Connect. Who are you and who are you living your life through? That's it.
All right.
Thank you.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Thank you.
You right there, aren't you?
Yeah. I was. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, are you able to share another piece with us?
Yeah, I'm trying to. How about you? What you got? Let me.
I'm go there. This piece is titled "True Energy."
Okay.
Walk in this world of enlightenment. So many claim righteous. Join some dope writers and reciters, now I'm higher. Get what you want from connection as a collective. Expression through message is a method with less effort. See, we are and VR on YouTube and Facebook, strong mental it took to move about how we should. Can't travel back in time, whine about the past. My lyrics only get brash when harassed by lower class. Unmask the wounded, hearts live natural, organic. If you secretly hating, find yourself a black planet. Creating and navigating, no longer waiting on fakers. Later on, the favors. I'm with the traders and elevators. Economically yield the shield on tainted love revealed, and life not hard to feel, what's not promised for real. I pick locks on chambers that hold keys to knowledge. 100% solid and polished, hitting the market. Gifted and mixed with wisdom and understanding. If ever I could take flight, meet Shannon at the landing. Pep talk, if my thoughts get lost inside a brain lock. Get 2 shots at the bar and grill spot and kick rocks. Return from where I came, still the same but more relaxed. This part of a movement and moment without an act. King.
Nice.
Thank you.
Nice.
Appreciate that.
Still thinking of some pieces.
The hands of time.
Let me think. All right, do I write anything on the hands of time?
Yeah, I mean, it's always time for everything. I mean,
you got that.
Yeah.
Hands of time, that could be history too, right?
Yes.
Or sure. I'm trying to be light, uplifting. Sometimes it's not always, it's not always uplifting.
Well, go for what you know.
And now a word from our sponsor. How about that?
Facts.
Okay. Sort of the hands of time. Okay. So it's called, I'm going to mute myself so I can cough. It's not a good cough, but I'm coughing. All right, so this is called Untold Histories, Rainbows. I'm thinking. Okay, I was thinking of another one. So sometimes it ain't always unicorns and rainbows and butterflies, but it's no surprise that little brown girls wake up to another tale. A story that's never been told to them, let alone been written. One that grandma has hidden, or maybe she never read it herself. Recipes of remedies for how to hide tears kept on the shelf. Stories of how to store fruit in jars that will last for years on Mass's shelf. Stories of fear, not strength. Stories of silences hidden from the violence of rape from night after night, only to be kept on the farm to be bred, left to sleep at the foot of the bed like an animal, never good enough for the head. Ain't no rainbows and butterflies here. These kind of stories create nightmares in the minds of little brown and yellow girls and boys. So they tell us these horror stories of his story for years. In school, they call it Black history, but we don't know it. We shy away from it like the plague, and rightly so. They don't want us to know the truth. What if your rainbow started on the horizon of a golden sun in the Serengeti Plains? What if you were told of your people before they were sold? Imagine a throne. It's innate for our people to be attracted to gold and ice because it's in our ancestry. It's not just because it's what we see on TV. It's because it's truly our reality. And in this land, the tables have been gravely turned. Our history burned at the stake. So our people will get whatever they'll give and also take, but there's never any reciprocation. Our people need the proclamation of a systematic elevation because the government's plan has gone terribly wrong. I don't need no old Negro spirituals or no thigh-slapping songs because I'm going to go tell it on the mountain. And my stories will bring truth, but there will be more than chains. And even while it pains some of you to believe it, I will tell you stories of the thrones and of our queendom and of our freedom.
I love that piece.
Dark. I didn't want to be
Nah, that was dope. I like that.
Thank you.
Good, sis. rock it out. So here's a question. We're gonna end the mission on the poetry. So do you feel that there's anything that you can express out to people out there in the Poetry Corner universe that's tuning in about the hands of time? Like, what can they do? What can they do with their time? Like, to just pay attention to it. What do you have to say to them out there? They listening in.
I like mindfulness. I like to keep track of time and not overstress about it, because the one thing I know about time is we can't get it back. So we have to be mindful in what we think every day, how we think, what we're putting into the universe, and what we want the universe to give back to us. And so when we think of the hands of time as poets, as creatives, as writers, we have to know that we have to be mindful on our practices, on our daily thoughts, and what we feed ourselves. Not just, what we feed, but how we nourish our minds. People don't understand what you feed yourself. Whether it's social media, whether it's a movie, whether it's a song. I know sometimes when I want to get hyped in the gym, I listen to some hard music.
Yeah, no doubt.
People have to be mindful that what are you nourishing yourself with? So that's what I want to say about the hands of time. Be mindful and know that you can't get that time back.
That's true.
Yes.
Me myself, I like to walk around with a mental compass. And that's how I navigate through the world. There's so much going on, people, places, and things. So I don't count the minutes, I don't count the seconds, I don't look at the hours. I just feel my way through everything. You got to think about, what if someone was blind? They use all their other senses. Person was deaf, use your other senses. So I try to walk down that street, not really to compare, but everything is mental nowadays. Like I said, the world's so dark. It's a lot of trouble out here with everything going on. And so I think as a people, we have to uplift ourselves, be in tune with others, like-minded people, and try to show that there's a better way. You know what I'm saying? You just got to figure it out, So that's what I say. Be a navigator out there, you know what I mean? But also for those tuning in, click like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Get those notifications for the upcoming shows. We in here. We ain't going nowhere. But so Joy, I asked this. Do you have one more piece of poetry for us?
I always do.
Okay. What Queen Latifah said in that song, ladies first, ladies first.
Let me see. So one of my favorite pieces as of the last year is called More Than. And I always say that this particular poem came to me one day. Again, we're talking about time and the hands of time. And I know as we get older, we get to a point where if we haven't accomplished what we want, whatever we thought life would be like at 25, 35, 45, 50, 60, whatever, we start to feel like, what am I doing here?
Right.
True. If I didn't get to ABCDFG by now, why am I still here? We start to get really antsy and we start to question our existence. Like, why am I here? And so I remember, like a summer ago, I was sitting in the parking lot. I think it was either CVS or Walgreens. I don't know why I go to the parking lot and I sit in the car for a few minutes and I just be like, do I really need to go in here for some bandage drugs or whatever? But I was sitting there and I was really like, yo, what am I doing here, God? Why am I here? I don't feel like I'm anything,
right.
And then we start to get attached to titles.
Facts.
Director, mother, father, husband, wife, sister, brother. We get these titles and they start to dictate to us. So anyway, This particular poem, called More Than, was birthed in the parking lot in my car of a CVS.
That's what's up.
So, okay. More than. I am more than my book, more than a lyric. This is spirit that I speak. This is how I metaphysically bleed. Words are my seeds, my gift in life. Without them, I have no sight. I spend most days and most nights holding conversations in my head, speaking myself to bed. Some would call this anxiety, perhaps even ADHD, yet another group of words that don't necessarily define me. I want to be labeled free because I am more than a title. I want to be a parental idol. I am more than a color, more than a race, more than this face. I take up space and can be felt in the wind of my descendants. In little tiny particles and remnants, I exist through strength. Spoken over melodic drums and fires and flames, I am the story and the teller of the unforeseen and the unknown, wanting to be read, waiting to be heard, wanting to be inhaled and exhaled and inhaled and exhaled. I want to be inhaled so many times that I become visual oxygen for the blind, giving them sight beyond sound, becoming unbound by the universal laws because I am more than a lyric. Together, you and me are connecting like kindred spirits, like 1, 2, 3, 4. You and me are so much more than this.
Oh, that was dope. Powerful piece. That's what's up. You hit it right forward, right? Boom. Loved. I enjoyed that. Definitely did. Oh, you wanted me to go? Nah. I'm just messing with you.
What you gonna do? What you gonna put on us now?
This piece is titled Lifeless.
Okay.
Rather walk and build alone, too many ways to engage. Maybe I'll keep my mouth closed. I see the victims in display. Channel energy from God, which is not so hard, answered prayers. The build is layered other ways. The mindset will never fade. Even tools used can cut uncanny caddy faults of my all-stars. 3 sets of degrees that don't have to start. I'm as strong as a bark. Still go through the chambers, controlling raw anger. Upbeat as the elite, rolling trees, writing a banger. Initially, my soul tied to Karen. I would love to have her back. Been too long, her form is gone, no need to use the almanac. She left me with a destiny. I only carry my dad's legacy. Stay high within a pedigree. Self-love is urgency. Used to think some were good-hearted but misguided people. Victimized, holding on to trauma is not legal. It takes 2 to tangle, wrestling with behavior. All the time, food for thought isn't good without flavor. Fake smiles and bright eyes, groupie vibes, intelligent, just being benevolent. Besides, I just don't settle quick. Practicing no acting, it's action without reacting. I sit still behind the wheel while others just be passing. Bull crap, I see it. Might as well send a sinkhole. Next time a lie is told, give me credit when I expose the role. No longer rating 1 to 10, I know a bunch of better friends. They show love, sharing the verbal medicine until the end. King. Thank you. Appreciate that.
You're welcome.
But I was thinking, with the hands of time, there's always an age factor too. From when you're younger to you become a young adult to you become a grown man or grown woman, a grown adult. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So you have to see how the time is split before you. You know what I mean? That's why I say you can always tap back into time before when somebody gave you a lot of food for thought and just be like, I remember that, either your grandparents or your parents, so those are things that we can all just carry with us. It's those memories, memories, included within the hands of time. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Set the clock back a little bit, go there, take some knowledge, come back to the present and future.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Word. Be a flash on a dash. Well, listen, this has been an interesting topic tonight.
Indeed.
Beautiful poetry by Beautiful Joy.
Why
don't you let the people out there in the Poetry Corner universe know where they can connect with you?
Well, it's Joy with an I. I'm not everywhere. That was extra. I'm not everywhere. I am. My website is beautiful. joy.com. On Instagram, I'm beautiful_joy. JOI. YouTube channel's up. Same thing, but she not ready yet. So yeah, you go to my website. I have some events coming up. Book is on pre-order. I got a party for that, a launch party in the fall.
Okay.
So hopefully I can see some people in real life, RL, instead of virtual reality, VR. And so I appreciate, you guys having me this week.
Hey, that's what's up. We appreciate you coming through. Like I said, hitting the nail on the head. Enjoyed your discussion, your intake on everything. And what I'm going to say out here, we'll see y'all next Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And as I always say, peace, love, and poetry. We out of here.
It seems to me that the artist struggle for his integrity is a kind of metaphor, must be considered as a metaphor for the struggle which is universal